This read is for Divine Partners and Twin Flames, May 1st till the 7th, I think, next week. We have the Sun in Taurus. We're having a Scorpio full moon, so things will come up for clearing. Subconscious deep woundings that are blocking union. Fears will be triggered. Things come up they sort of maybe happen. Things could happen that make us feel that it's not coming true, when it's really just to show up that we have still fears of it not coming true that are causing blockage. So these times are showing, these energies are kind of bringing that up for us. It's painful, but it's there, it's happening to show us that we have more clearing to do so that we may be in union. We have to be very strong. We have to love ourselves to be in union. So if there's any energy within us that doesn't fully resonate at a frequency of total self-love, then it's going to come up during this period so that we can be in union. So if you have any deep-rooted beliefs that love abandons, you're going to have to experience it again so that you can be free of that fear. Or you can know that the perception of love abandoning is not really real. It's just a perception. Nothing abandons us. Whatever pain is triggered, the fear of that is just there to be cleared so we can open our hearts even more. That is the journey of the Twin Flame Divine journey. It's a very challenging, difficult thing. One of the most difficult things we can go through. All right, let's have a look and see. I write a little secret card that I use because I do reads for people, personal reads, and I need a card to know if union is coming, so that's pretty interesting. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles in the second spot here. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands. Interesting. Take this a little way. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I feel a little bit rushed because YouTube only lets me have 15-minute uploads. I did verify my account, but I don't know why that is, but they only let me have 15 minutes, so... We have the Star card in the heart section of the read, which is a nice thing. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Lover's card in the Divine section of the read. And we have the Judgment card. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Oh, I guess that needed to come out. That needed to be seen. So let's leave these right here. I'm just going to check my camera and make sure everything is in good position. All right, well, this read is definitely saying, with the first card saying union, divine union, coming forward, progressing. Now this card is showing up in almost every read that I'm doing for the Taurus season, and this card represents Taurus because Taurus is represented by the Pentacle, and it really represents making progress forward in a physical way, which is what this card represents. It looks like union is coming forward in a real grounding, physical, material, third-dimensional way. I keep saying this in all my reads, but progression is steady and small. So all my reads, when you do weekly readings on divine partnerships, the progression is building upon the last one, even though it may seem as though it's a very similar read, but we are progressing forward. So in what way are we progressing forward? In a solid way that's going to ignite a lot of hope in the hearts of both twins. We've got the Ten of Wands. I'm going to let you have a nice, good, close look at the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands represents burden and challenges and difficulties. So it looks like the twins are realizing, I'm going to put both twins in union here. It looks like both twins are realizing that turning away from this relationship out of a need for security is the challenge, is the burden. And that hope, that kind of restores hope because it tells us that, or those in this journey, that this relationship holds, because turning away from it in order to find a more certain situation is very, very burdensome. that brings clarity, that brings the judge. This brings the knowledge of it being divine union. So it's a wake-up read for, I can either be for the masculine or the feminine, but it really represents a realization. This card always represents a realization, a complete awakening of the divine nature of the partnership. So that this is the one that gives high hopes, the one to keep, the one to hold. Because turning away, whenever there's sort of like feelings of lack of safety involved or triggering, and these aren't really high, big triggering cards, because these relationships tend to trigger us a lot. So this card read kind of tells me that the closed-heartedness that tends to pull us away from these relationships is the knowledge of it coming forward is lessening the need for that, and which is to kind of shut walls down. And it's also happening at a time that shutting walls down is becoming such a burden. In other words, creating a distance in this relationship is harder now. The resisting the progress is more burdensome than the security needed in this. In other words, the security, the fears that pull you away from it, the energy of pulling away from this relationship is more challenging, more difficult than going with the flow of the energy of it progressing, because there's a very universally supported force at play here. It's more difficult to fight the universe now. It's kind of like this relationship is so divinely grounded and so supported by the universe that it's that it, I'm going to be pulled down here, that the sadness of the thinking that created such a fear is becoming apparent. Like it's kind of like saying the fear thinking that involved that causes the need to pull away and to sort of run or to put walls up in this relationship are becoming, it's becoming aware. Both partners are becoming very sensitive and aware of the fear energy that is behind the pulling away, and the turning away of turning away from this relationship is based in perceptions that were fear-based, that only create pain of rejection or abandonment or depression. It's like an aware. It's like the union is happening and progressing forward because of a solid. Now here we have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, which is spiritual, divine. I mean, this is all lining up. We've got some very divinely powerful cards here. So this is a divine, spiritual, soulmate relationship, because you can't pull away, because it's held by the higher dimensions. And you can pull away, your negative thinking can pull you away, but it just makes you sad. Pulling away is just a burden. It holds, this relationship holds. It's going forward because of the realization that pulling away from it just causes tensions, depression. This is a spiritually divine, this is something not normal, this is not what divine partners have known for a relationship to be. You can't break this. That's what's becoming apparent. So I've got 3 more minutes, because YouTube only lets me have 15 minutes. If I repeated myself, I apologize. I'm uploading quite a few videos, and recording quite a few videos. So, all right, let's see. Oh, I'm pulling a Wisdom of the Tao card by Mei Jin Liu. Let's see what card comes out for Divine Partners and Twin Flames for May 1st. Compassion. Let's see what that means. Embody compassion and open your heart to kindness. You see, that's interesting, because we were talking about the pain that causes the shutting down of the heart, or the fears that cause shutting down of the heart. The fear of the pain. So it says, embody compassion and open your heart to kindness, understanding the world with unconditional love and forgiveness. Guan Yin is here to protect and heal you. You and your loved ones are safe. All is well. This card does represent safety as well. So, in other words, we don't have to try to feel safe in this situation. We are safe in this situation. Divine union, it is safe to trust in the hope that might have been ignited of union. A deeper understanding of the deep tie of this relationship is causing because of the material progression is causing a realization of the divinely fated, unbreakable bond of this relationship, which will progress it towards union. So thank you very much. I hope this read finds you well and empowers you to hold faith in your divine partnership. Thank you so much for letting me be of service. Namaste.